The following depicts players of all experience levels and a DM who believes in the rule of cool. Any comments or concerns can be sent to ruleslawyer@notarealemail.com. Thank you. Hello everyone, and welcome to Rock and Roll Phealdin's Chosen, a new D&D vodcast set in a gothic fantasy world. My name is Eamon, and tonight I will be your DM this evening as we delve into the night under the light of the Lunar Queen. But before we continue any further, let's meet our adventurers, starting with Carson. Carson, if you give us your name and your pronouns, that would be great. And who you're playing.
Hi, I'm Carson. I use he, him, his pronouns. I'll be playing Jeht Silverbound tonight.
And then we'll go to Gary.
Hi, I'm Gary. I go by he, him pronouns, and I'll be playing Jesper Vic tonight.
Then we'll head on over to John.
Hi, I'm John Olsen, he, him, and I'm playing Akrius Morlyre tonight.
And then swinging on over, last but not least, to Emma.
Hi, I'm Emma. I use she, her pronouns, and I will be playing Nathurra Everhani.
Awesome, great. I didn't say it before, but my pronouns are he, him, and I will be everyone else. So tonight, let us all delve into Phealdin's Chosen. Night. An endless overcast sky filled with clouds. Through the eyes of a bird in flight, we begin to push through the clouds, revealing a thick forest of dead, withered trees. We move over the forest, past the fog, through swirling flurries of snow, beginning to see something in the distance. We can't quite make it out. A mountain? Surely, but with what on it? We move closer. And closer, and that's when we see it. A gothic mansion seemingly built into the side of the cliff face. Light flashes through the windows, yet the building inspires a feeling of thick dread. We're getting closer and closer. And then we dive bomb down into a small town filled with abandoned and destroyed buildings. It doesn't look like anyone has lived here for thousands of years. The houses are covered in thick snow. The wood has chipped paint and is splintering. The glass is shattered. We perch on a small sign, the snow covering it, sliding off, revealing dark letters painted onto it. The Wicked Bat. We study it. Then a twig snaps. Our vision turns. Nothing. Another twig. We turn. Nothing again. We focus on the snow, the white snow perfectly crusted in ice crystals. There's an animalistic squeal and thick red blood splatters against it. Jesper, Jeht, Nathurra, Akrius. You've been traveling for about 2 months now, through forests, caves, and small townships, watching a strange and unnatural death and decay grow as you make your way closer and closer to Gazebrook. Your luminaria began easily, yet as the days have toiled, you have grown more tired, the weather becoming bone-shakingly cold, and the moon becoming hidden behind a vast blanket of clouds as you make your way up into the mountains. It seems endless, a mission to nowhere, and as your feet crunch against the thick snow surrounded by this forest of dead trees, one might wonder if your doubt in the Lunar Queen is growing. Yet you continue on, something pulling you to this mysterious darkness somewhere in the distance. Carson, could you describe Jeht to us?
Of course. He's a humanoid rabbit, so kind of think a bipedal rabbit. He's got darker brown fur and these two white streaks coming down from his eyes. You'll see on his right hand, he has a white patch of hair that's filled in, similar to a like a full moon kind of representation. And then you'll see on his forehead, he's got a crescent moon shape in that same white fur. And then also on his left hand, he has just a ring, a white fur ring. You can kind of assume symbolizing like a new moon. He wears some like gray and beige, pretty simple clothing, and a maroon, like cropped short sleeve coat. And then he's got two daggers, sheathed and strapped to his inner thigh, and then four like very thin, lithe metal darts in a leather band on his tricep.
And what is Jeht feeling right now as you make your way through the snow?
One, he's feeling a little cold. We'll be honest. He comes from a little bit more of a warmer area, so the fur insulates him enough, but he still gets a little chilly and shakes kind of the snow off every once in a while. But he's mostly feeling kind of sense of still more direction than he was previously feeling, because he's found the Lunar Queen and been given this Luminaria, which was that calling sense he was feeling, but he doesn't quite fully know yet if he has achieved it and satisfied her, and he's still looking for that almost longing sense of purpose.
And are you in the front or the back of the party?
I'm gonna say I'll be in the front. Sure, I'll be in the front.
Yeah, and as you make your way through the front, Jesper, you, I assume, are leading our party through the snow. Can you describe what you look like?
Yeah, I am about 5'10". I'm a human. I have sort of graying, long black hair and a scraggly beard. I have pretty simple dark browns and blacks on, scale mail shirt strapped over with leather that holds my short swords. I have a long bow around me, and the kind of defining feature of these golden, almost looking like they're golden plated eyes. And yeah, I am just kind of trying to track our way forward and use my knowledge of the wilderness and specifically the woods up until this point. But since the snow has started to fall a little bit heavier, it's a little bit harder for me to track our direction as easily.
Let's take it towards the back of our party. Akrius, could you describe what you look like?
Yes. So, Akrius is a tiefling, light blue skin, curly snow white hair, and horns that are cracked bone that kind of turn into a red, fiery red at the tip. As far as clothing, I have a red cloth robe on, black underneath, belts, jeweled, like dark black jewels on it. And now strapped to my back, I have a broom. And to my side, I have a bow and a couple of daggers as well. And right now, I would say Akrius is trying to contain it, but very giddy. Just the calling of death and the feeling of despair gets him very excited for the possible encounters we can come across, feeling like he can really let himself loose. He feels like he's on an adventure right now more than anything else.
And next to him, Nathurra, could you explain your character?
Yeah, so Nathurra is sort of towards the back, and She is medium height. She has very dark purple skin and white hair, and she has sort of she's got sort of gleaming yellow eyes that have a sort of unnerving glow to them. And matching her eyes, she has a crescent moon in one of her ears, which come to a point. She has she's wearing chainmail armor, which is heavy, relatively heavy, but she's still able to sort of walk atop the snow rather than sinking in. And she moves like almost cat-like. And on her longsword, she has a full moon crest that matches a full moon crest on her armor. And right now she's feeling very confident. She very much trusts that they will accomplish their goal, and that her goddess would not have sent her on this quest unless she could accomplish it. And she is feeling very honored to be sort of guiding these new members.
If everyone could make a nature check for me.
That'll be a nat 1 for me.
Awesome.
I'm up to 2 though on it.
Oh, cool.
We'll bring it all the way around though. If Gary got a nat 1, I got our first natural 20. So
yes,
woo!
nice.
For a total of 20 though. I'm surprisingly not that great in nature.
Hey, that's okay. Sometimes you get there. What about our Nathurra?
13.
And you, Akrius?
If I'm applying my +3, a 10.
Awesome. It's cold, you all, and you are all focused on different things. But as you look up, Jeht, you watch a swirling snow flurry, snowflakes slowly coming down, nipping at your nose, and you see almost immediately a flash of something. It's almost as if you're pulled into the darkness quickly, and you see and hear the howl of wind. You see cave walls. And almost as if you are smaller than you are, like a rat, you move through these cave walls, and you come upon a form that's turned away from you. You hear it, him whispering under his breath to himself. And just like that, you are pulled back. And you notice that the snow is starting to get much, much worse.
Oh, that's a new feeling. He kind of starts rubbing his forehead, and you can see his pupils are and his eyes are very, very, like, wide open right now. I went on a little journey. Okay, it probably sounds like I'm not telling the truth, but I think I might be able to control the weather. Sidebar. What I think is more important. I was just shown just a cowering man whispering to himself in a cave.
That is when all of you start to notice that the snow is getting much worse. The wind is starting to pick up, kicking up snow on the ground, and it is becoming a little bit harder to see. Jesper, this does not spell good news if you are to get trapped out here.
Do you have any idea where that cave might be?
I'm guessing in a mountain or underground.
Well,
are you sure you didn't just eat something strange?
That's what I'm saying. You probably don't believe me, but I do eat a lot of things off the ground. But I promise you, wasn't something I ate. I think it's Phealdin first speaking to me. Does this happen to you two a lot? Does she like force you to see visions?
I don't know why she'd be speaking to you and not to, one of us.
She would definitely speak to one of us first, but
I mean, what if it's a test? She could be testing me. I don't think I'm doing too great on that test right now, but I could be trying.
The wind is starting to pick up heavier now, and it is becoming much harder to see. Almost everything shrouded in this filter of white.
all right, give me one moment. I take out my broom and hop on. I'm gonna see if I can scout out anything nearby.
Yeah. You watch as Akrius whips off the broom, hops on it. Are you straddling, or are you like sitting on it horseback, like legs across the side?
No, I'm straddling it. Yeah.
Yeah, and as that happens, you into the sky. It's quick. The wind up here, as you start to get higher and higher, is starting to make it hard to control the broom.
Okay.
You see far off into the distance, maybe about half a mile, maybe 3/4 of a mile, you see torchlight.
Okay. Yeah, I fly back down.
As you're flying back down, I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
All right.
How did I do that?
Woo. 19.
As that happens, a gust of wind blows you off course. Your hands almost slip, but you instinctively grab onto the broom and you get down. Things are going to start getting real bad if it starts getting windy like this down there.
Okay, so yeah, I fly back to everybody. Okay, we need to move quick. About a half mile north, I see some torchlight. We should get there as soon as we can.
Who is leading the way?
I can lead the way. I've got some rope. I think we should try to stay together as much as we can. We're going to start losing vision pretty soon here. I'm going to start tying like little loops in the rope and say, all right, round the wrist, hold on.
Great.
It's like I'm going to school again.
And as you all make your way, you begin making your way through. The wind starts to get thicker and thicker. The snow making it much harder to see. It's a good thing that you tied yourselves to this rope, because it would be quite rough if you hadn't. What is the marching order? I know we have Jesper in the front.
Take up the back.
Great.
I'll be second.
Okay, that leaves Akrius third. As you're all making your way through, Nathurra, make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, 12.
As that happens, you catch your foot on something and you tumble to the ground, taking you're wearing heavier armor, and you all stagger at the very least. Nathurra, as you look back to see what you tripped over, you see a skeletal hand that is peeking out of the snow.
I'm going to alert the party to the hand, like, hey, looks like we might not be the first people to be have caught in this predicament. And then I'm gonna grab the hand and like pull.
As
See
you
if I can
pull,
see
it
what it is.
cracks off, and you now just have a hand attached to a dirty forearm that you're holding.
Can I ask about our surroundings? Are we in like a forested area?
Yes, it is all forest. It is just filled with dead trees. Is that your favorite terrain, I'm
It
assuming?
is my favorite terrain.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what does that entail?
So I wanted to ask because where is it? Sorry, my bad. Favorite. One thing that it does is that difficult terrain does not slow my group's travel,
Mm.
which I thought could be nice. And then the other big thing that I thought could be a factor here is that my group can't become lost except by magical means.
Oh, very interesting. So we'll take into account then that that rope was maybe part of your favorite terrain. And as you make your way through, this would have been quite bad if you had gotten stuck in the storm. Jesper, you can pretty much surmise that if you had hypothermia and perhaps frostbite would kick in quite quickly. And as you make your way through the forest, thankfully, you know wood and you know wooded areas so well, even though it's covered in blizzard and even though the trees are dead, it's the same. It's the same thing. You're looking for this torchlight, and you begin to see it. And as you come upon this torchlight, you see that it leads directly into a cave.
See, I told you. Probably in a cave, or a mountain, or a hill. Where are we? But we found it, I think.
Yes, it is it's in a mountainside.
I'm going to say a prayer up to Phealdin, thanking her for guiding us to this cave.
All right. I guess we can let go of this now. I'm gonna just unhook my arm from the rope and head into the cave.
Perfect.
Come on. You don't want to get frostbite out there.
I'll follow.
As you all make your way in, it's dark. Those of you that don't have dark vision, which I'm pretty sure is everyone.
Nope, I don't.
No, and not Jesper. How are you?
Let's
I'm
see.
just feeling my way around.
I can give us a little bit of light. It would let us see the adjacent area to us. Do we think that's too much? Do we want to try and be completely unseen?
Those of you with
little bit seen.
Those of you with dark vision, it's just I say cave, but it's more like a bear hovel, like bear tunnel, and you see it goes down. It's far. It's essentially just a long hallway going down. You can't see the end of it, even with your superior dark vision, Nathurra. But it doesn't look like there's anything crazy, and that's when you notice the blood along the wall trailing down farther and farther. It looks like it's being dragged by a hand.
This is starting to get exciting. I kind of wipe my hand across the forefront of my broom, and I cast light on it. So we have a radius of like 20 feet. That's like very bright light. So
Yeah,
I just do that.
As you
without...
wipe your hand across it, it lights up with this radiant light. And that's when you begin to see the blood, all of you now. And in that moment, you also hear something coming from farther down.
We definitely found it. I heard whispering earlier. I think it's that guy I was talking about. How do you want to prepare? Do we just go in, just sling in?
You said it was a
guns blazing?
man that you saw earlier?
I saw one. It was only one man.
I'm just gonna start heading in the direction, like following the trail of blood.
Yes, and as
I walk up to the wall. Is it fresh blood?
It is, yes.
I'm gonna fall back a little bit and have my bow at the ready, just following Nathurra.
Great. As you make your way down the hall, Nathurra, you begin to see and you begin to hear, "It begins with him, it continues within all of us. It begins with him, it continues within all of us." And you see, covered in dirty leather armor, long beard, unkempt, with a hand against the wall, covered in blood, and an old rusted dagger in his other hand. An elderly man whose shoes are gone and who is shaking from the cold was there. And he turns around and you see that his eyes are gray with blindness. Who's there?
My name is Nathurra Everhani. I am one of Phealdin's chosen.
Spirit. Away.
No. Sir, you appear to need help. Are you bleeding?
I know what you are. Back away.
I'm like going to sort of stay with my back close to the wall, but I'm not going to draw any weapons at this point. Sir, I think that you are mistaken. We are people who fight demons. We fight the evil spirits. I am not an evil spirit. I am here to help you.
Liar. Are you from Gazebrook?
No.
But we wouldn't mind directions.
Who's there? And he turns towards your voice.
Oh,
How
yeah.
many are you?
This would be confusing. There's 4 of us. But we aren't spirits of Gazebrook, but we are travelers to there. Can you tell us how to get there?
You don't want to go there.
I beg to differ, my friend. Any assistance would be greatly appreciated.
Are you from Gazebrook?
How did you find me? Who told you where I was? Did they see me? Did they follow me?
No one told us. No one followed you. We came across the cave and we're looking to get out of the storm. We just heard some noises behind us and we're getting worried, so we went to see what it was, and now we found you. That's all.
Gazebrook is near. Go north. 5 miles where the sun does not break the horizon. Why you are trying to reach that town of evil is beyond me. You will let me free, you will not follow me.
Yes, we will let you free. We won't follow you. Here, we'll even get a head start. You can stay. We'll leave you be, and no one will follow you. Give us a head start. 20 minutes, and we'll be out of your hair.
Sorry to interject. There's a snowstorm outside, so unless you have any plans of how to get around that.
I do not care. I would rather be within the storm than within the grip of those who wish to find Gazebrook. It begins within him. It continues within them all.
Maybe we should let him get the head start.
Yeah, all right. That's fair.
I'm compromised. And he begins to slowly walk past you. Does anyone try and stop him?
I'm gonna try and stop him. Sir, you cannot go out there. You'll
As that
die.
happens, he's going to strike at you with a 18.
That does not hit.
As that happens, he swings his rusted dagger at you. What do you do to block it?
I'm just gonna like dodge it, essentially. I just duck underneath.
As that happens, he goes, "Do not try and stop me."
I'm just
You do
gonna
not
back away.
know.
All right.
You do not know what you are walking into. What you are walking into is certain death. Be wary, travelers. Be wary, adventurers. Spirits may you be or may you be not. If you are not careful, you will be trapped within the Venus flytrap. That is that town. That is that environment. Perhaps you should pray to whatever gods or goddesses or creatures, monstrosities, that you believe in before you walk into the belly of the beast. I will take my leave, and should I hear you or confront you again, I will not be as kind. And with that, he slowly starts to back up. And
Thanks for the heads up.
he makes a run for it into the snow.
Jeez. What a weirdo.
How long you give him? 10 minutes? 15 minutes tops?
About that. Looked like
That
skin
is
and
not
bones.
funny.
I'm not saying it's funny. I don't. Just worried for him.
I'd like to chase after him for a bit of sport.
That's not funny.
As
That's
you
scary.
turn, you see that he left his supplies, and you see dry firewood, as well as a pack.
I'm going to try and start a fire. Just a small one, so that we
Yeah.
can get some warmth.
Sure, make a survival check.
Would love to. Oh, not half bad. 17.
Yeah, just fine. It's a cave, so it gets actually extremely warm. And as you light this flame and start the fire, you all feel warm. Yet that feeling, what that man said, still lingers within your mind. Is there anything that you wish to do? Are you going to wait out? I'm assuming you're waiting out the storm. But is there anything you wish to do while you wait?
Is there anything else of interest in the cave that we might come across just meandering around? Because I think
Yeah.
I'm definitely scanning the edge.
Sure. Other than the trail of blood, no. There is that pack, but as you open it, it's not much. It's traveling clothes. It is like daggers, as well as you see that there is like rations and stuff like that in there. And you also find a holy symbol inside.
What?
It's not to your goddess, but you immediately recognize it as Tyr, the holy symbol for the god Tyr. There is also a journal.
Okay. I open up the journal and like just kind of sit in the corner. I don't show anybody. I just start reading it.
Yes, you see, it is almost a diary of this old man journaling and taking note of his travels. You see, at the beginning, it speaks of a quest that he believes he is being sent on, a holy conquest in order to find this town of Gazebrook. That his god, he believes that there's deep evil within it. He describes the scenery on his travels, as well as describes later the dead trees and the snow, the same blizzard that it seems that you experienced. Then you see torn out pages and just scribbles of the phrase, "It begins within him, it continues within all of them." Just over and over and over again, getting bigger and bigger.
So I assume the fire's in the middle of the room. I'm kind of like sitting on the edge of the wall. So I guess anybody nearby, I kind of just toss it to whoever's nearby. Crazy old man. One of you should probably take a look at this.
I'm gonna look at it briefly, but I see the holy symbol and the reference to a different god, and blasphemous. Of course he didn't make it. He's following it. He's a heathen.
Do the rest of you see the rest of you? I'm assuming take a look at this, and you see the same thing. The essentially fetch quest he was sent on, the descriptions of the scenery along his travels, as well as then the torn out pages, and then that same phrase.
Is it not concerning to anybody that it's kind of similar to what we're doing? Like, eerily similar.
Some might say the same. I don't think it's anything to be concerned of. It's one of him, four of us. I think we might have a little bit more experience.
He did not have Phealdin with him.
Guess that's a fair point.
As the night goes on, each of you doing the same thing where Akrius takes essentially the whole watch, as he does not need to sleep. You all, those of you that do, are racked with terrible nightmares. And as you wake up, you see that the snow is still blowing, though it is not as intense. And it is also still dark outside. You are close.
We should get a move on. I'm gonna throw the book, the old man's book, into the fire and begin to make my way up towards the exit.
Yeah. As you all make your way out and start heading towards Gazebrook, it does take a little bit. It takes around an hour to get there, to travel that 5 miles. I'm assuming you're walking. So it takes around an hour to 45 minutes to an hour. And that's when you suddenly begin to see it. Or at least something. Because just through the trees, a beacon in the darkness is the flicker of light through windows. And as you continue, you see a small yet well-kept township filled with one-story cobblestone houses with paved streets that leads towards what you assume is a town square. And even from here, you see the streets are filled with people. Particularly, you notice drow, who are off to on different errands, dressed in this like extremely nice clothing. In the buildings, you can see slow movement. And you watch as from one of the doors, a pair of children come out. They're giggling as they're laughing, as they can start running through the streets, playing with each other. What do you do? You're about, I would say, far enough to not be heard by townspeople, but close enough where you can begin to start seeing finer details of the town.
If this is Gazebrook, it doesn't seem so bad. You can't have a bad place where children are laughing and giggling. That just doesn't exist.
Well,
I
you might
agree.
be
It looks
right.
perfectly safe.
I'm going to look for any sort of maybe storm grate or something that comes out of the city.
You a storm grate. Yeah. You see that there is the town continues, and you see, yes, that there is a storm grate just outside of town.
I want to check to see if there's anything kind of running off within the water. If there is perhaps blood or anything that I can kind of like discern as an oddity.
No. You cannot. I won't even make you roll for it.
Okay. If that guy that we saw last night was sent here, you guys are right. I have no idea what he's talking about. Should we just enter into town then?
I'm always a fan to just
Also,
hit it head on. Why not?
Yeah, as you make your way into the town, you come to this big archway that says Gazebrook over the top. Beautifully painted. Icicles do hang from it, but it still is like vibrantly painted with this beautiful red. And as you come in, you see the two children who are playing look over to you. Who's that? And they begin to run over to you. Hi. Are you adventurous?
I want to ignore the children and look to see if there are any buildings. You said that they're mainly cobblestone.
Mm-hmm.
If there are any structures that are wood, like kind of ground up wooden.
There are some. I mean, not all are cobblestone, but there are a few, yes.
None like central, like a church or something like that. That
No,
has like
there is make me an investigation check. Actually, let's do perception as you're doing like a basic scan over the town.
yeah, sounds great. 22.
Yeah, you see that there is no church here, actually. At least anything that you can see right now.
I'm just gonna kind of walk past the children as I'm looking around.
Oh, hi. You're a bunny. You're a rabbit.
I am. I'm a much bigger one than you've probably seen, aren't I?
Oh, well, yes, my name is Carlisle. This is my sister Sarah. Welcome to Gazebrook, all of you. Where do you hail from?
Sarah, Carlisle, our business here does not concern you. Run along now.
You look like us. You're a drow as well.
Yes, I am a drow.
What's your name?
As I said before, our business here does not concern you.
Oh, well, you're no fun. What's your name? You have the horns. You look like a devil.
Yeah, I just look away and I just continue to walk with Jesper.
Your friends are no fun. What's your name?
I know. They're never any fun. I don't know why I hang around them anymore. But I will be honest, kids. I do have to go. I'm kind of with them, so I can't really stray away. But
Are you here for the ceremony?
What ceremony? I've never heard of a ceremony here.
Well, there's a ceremony in Gazebrook. Our mayor is coming into town, and he's going to officiate it.
Well, maybe we will see you at the ceremony. How about that?
Yeah, of course. And if you ever want to play, please come. My family. We'd love to have you for for breakfast or for lunch or after for supper. I guess if you stay that long. But we would love to have you. Please come have a meal with us. Please come. Please come with us.
Carlisle,
we will
what
get around.
time is this? Sorry, what time is the ceremony?
It's midday. It's in a couple hours now. There's going to be a surprise, apparently.
All right, run along.
Please.
As
Come
long as
visit us.
As long as your parents prepare me a nice big salad, I'll come join you for breakfast.
We'll do anything.
Okay, now run along.
Did your parents never tell you not to talk to strangers?
Well, my parents and Dorian says that we should lead with kindness. That everyone is welcome in Gazebrook.
That's honestly adorable. And as I'm looking to the rest of the group, I can't. They've got a point. You do kind of want to.
Uncharacteristic of drow parents, from my experience.
I feel like during that whole dialogue, I'm aside with Jesper, kind of talking to him. I figured we didn't like keep walking during that whole thing.
Not too far away. I probably would have gotten wanted to get outside of the range where they could hear us.
Right. No, it's just kind of to the side, but I think I'm just standing there next to you, looking around. We should probably try and find someone in charge, a mayor of the town, tavern keeper.
Well, mayor's going to be here in 2 hours, it seems.
Yeah.
Oi, you're looking for the mayor, and you turn and you see a an elven man who you'd see he has a big wood cutting axe over his shoulder, as well as a bag full of wood. And he looks at you. You're looking for the mayor.
Well,
you're new, aren't you?
Yes.
We're not new. We're just visiting.
Well, welcome to Gazebrook. We're happy to have you. You've made quite the good decision being here today.
And why is that?
The ceremony.
Hmm.
It is a must-see. And anyone who were to leave before that would be quite arrogant, and it would be absurd. So please do not leave before the ceremony.
You have our word.
Right. If you wish to come, my family's having lunch before, and
we're all right. Thank you. We're fine. You know where we can find the mayor?
He doesn't live in town.
Where, might I ask, does he live?
A little outside. I really must be to work, but it's been so good meeting you. Please stop by after. And he turns.
Ugh. This gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, why do I get the feeling they want to have us for dinner, if you know what I mean, rather than have us over? I do not like this.
As that happens, Carlisle takes your hand, Jeht, and squeezes it holding you both hands. Do you really have to go?
I really do. I'm very sorry, but I can show you a quick trick before. I think you'll really like it, and then you can go try and do the same when you play with your brother or sister.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna release my hands from her. Or am I talking to? I'm talking to Carlisle.
Yeah, you're talking to Carlisle.
I release my hands you're going to take a couple steps back and then run and give a big, like 15-foot bounding leap over top of them.
Wow! And they both clap their hands. And as that happens, you hear, Carlisle, Sarah, come inside, please.
See,
Hurry.
your mother's calling. She's right.
Right.
But
I would love to look inside of some of these windows.
Yeah.
See, you said there was slow movement, but is there anything that like they're doing, or are they just kind of like walking around?
You see that they're like doing dishes. As you just like peek into a random person's window, you see that they're doing dishes from the morning breakfast, and you watch as one of them is shoveling like porridge into their mouth and chewing on it, and it doesn't look pleasing.
I just want to knock on the window, give a little tap.
They immediately both turn to you. The wife looks around, looks towards her husband, and then looks somewhere outside of the room that you can see. Puts on a cheery smile, wipes her hands off on her apron, and walks over, opens the door. Yes?
Hi. I hate to bother you. I'm terribly sorry.
Oh,
but...
no, it's no bother at all.
Oh, well, I just wanted to ask. Me and my friends are guests of Meridorian's, and we were told to meet him before the ceremony started. Is there a direction that I should head, or in which direction would I find Meridorian so that we can arrange everything for the ceremony?
Make me a deception roll.
Okay, not terrible. Not bad at all, actually. Sorry. Oh, okay. 16.
Now, why are you lying to me about Mayor Dorian?
What? About what, may I ask?
Mayor Dorian doesn't have guests. He's busy wherever he may be at his estate.
He typically is. I just we did receive a letter a little while back. I actually lost it back in the storm. Which
How did you
seemed to be...
receive a letter?
Well, I woke up. It was below my door one day.
Oh,
Somebody...
must be from someone else. There's no post office here in Gazebrook. No couriers that come into town.
Well,
this one just personally... I'm going to try and assist here. Yeah. This one was personally delivered, actually. We are very old friends of Mayor Dorian, and we have finally made it out here to see him.
You don't have to lie. I wouldn't lie if I were you.
Okay. Well, I suppose we'll see you for lunch then.
You're coming for lunch?
Hope to. Somebody already invited us.
Oh, well, absolutely. Feel free to come by for dinner, if you'd like. After the ceremony. You are going to the ceremony, yes?
Oh, yes, of course. Thank you. And I'm going to walk away.
You're welcome. We are rather cut off. So I'm sorry for assuming, but it's not much comes out of Gazebrook. And she closes the door.
Did there seem to be any sort of fear, like an undercurrent of fear or anything in her
yeah, you
eyes?
can make an insight check if you want. I will say the DC is going to be a little higher because you weren't standing up there, but you can totally make it.
Are we all able to make one?
Sure, yeah.
I don't think I would make one. I feel like it's not fear, but it's my theory is brainwashing.
Yeah, Jet's not really paying attention. He's kind of looking around.
Non-natural 20.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's great. What did you get, Akrius?
I didn't.
Oh, cool.
See anything.
Great. As you make your way over and look, I just sent you a message. And great. Yeah, Akrius, as you look, it's kind of was just unsettling. And as that happens, you hear boom, boom, boom coming from farther down into town. It is the sound of like a bell.
You see Jeht kind of flinch and his eyes go really wide, his pupils go really wide again.
I'm gonna say, I think we need to get some of these people out of this town.
They
But-
seem happy.
I don't think that the ceremony should not happen. We need to stop the ceremony from happening.
I'd like to see it out.
I want to look around, just like see if we're being watched or if somebody's trying to listen into this conversation.
Cool. Yeah, roll me a perception check.
Nat 20.
Wow.
24.
You see that along inside of the window, you see the person eating porridge is looking at you intently.
I think being watched. I'll tell you what, let's go to the edge of town, see if we can find a place where nobody might be able to hear us. I want to take a look, see if I can't see Mayor's house from the edge of town as well.
And Akrius, didn't something show up in your book recently? That's like does that happen? I remember you said your quarry lies where night.
Glory lies where the night is forever expounded, where death has spread like a disease. No, I wouldn't say it happens particularly often.
So
Are you suggesting outside of town, possibly?
well, I mean, maybe the trees were all dead, so that could be the death spreads like disease, and it's like, did anybody feel weird that we went to bed and woke up and it's still dark? We've been here, we've been up for now a couple hours. Nothing has changed in light.
I suppose I didn't even think about it. I thought it could have still been overcast from the storm, but now that you're bringing it up, it's a little odd.
I get the sense that there's like some kind of magical, like the sun is somehow being blocked, or we're seeing darkness as a result of some kind of illusion, essentially.
Eamon, can I look around, like, probably not everywhere, but like as much as I can, use this time, maybe the next 30 minutes, to look around the outskirts of town, see if there is any thin pathway or road of any kind that would lead away from town, aside from the direction that we came from, which didn't seem to be a clear-cut path.
Yeah. Do you tell me how you're doing this? Are you going around or are you going through?
I want to go around as much as I can. I don't really know, if I could cover that full ground, but
in 30 minutes, it's a small enough town that you probably couldn't cover it all in 30 minutes, but you could probably do half. If you were to cut through town, I would say, yeah, you could totally do this in 30 minutes.
Yeah. I want to be able to do that, but I think I'm just going to go just along half so that I can better suss out the situation from a closer distance, just on half.
Yeah. What are the rest of you doing while Jesper does this?
I could hop on my broom and try and scan the other half of the town. I'm probably not going to be as close. I'm going to like try and stay out of the way, so I'll kind of be from a distance. But if there is a path that's like leading out, I'll be close to the ground at least, so I feel like I'd be kind of looking for one as well.
Jeht is going to I don't know. He's going to see them start doing that and go up to Jesper and say, "You seem to got an idea, a handle on it." And I'm going to put my hand on his shoulder and cast guidance on him.
Cool.
So let me just double check what that does.
It's a D4 to your next
D4 on your next
check, I believe.
ability check. Okay. So you got that.
Thank you.
And what about you, Nathurra?
I'm going to just be sort of looking around the town for sort of things that you would normally see in a village this size, and looking for like a grocer, like a butcher, just
Candlestick
like
maker.
candles.
Yeah.
Pet store.
Everyone's
Yeah,
got that.
like a tailor or a blacksmith.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
bakery.
A bakery.
A bakery.
The
list goes on.
I am paying specific attention to food, like places that might sell food.
Cool. As we will start with our two who are canvassing the town. You two immediately go off, and over this 30 minutes, it's just forest surrounding this place. There's no road that you can find. There's no houses that you can see. And what I'll say is, for you, Akrius, you see in town square, which I guess isn't a square but a circle, but you see a statue in the center that you can't make out, but Nathurra, and I guess Jeht too, if you want to come. Since you did,
I'm essentially, after doing that, giving Jesper that, I'm gonna be heading with Nathurra. Yeah.
You find yourself in this town square, and you see these multitude of shops that are being visited surrounding a statue in the center. Towards the corner, you see some of the people assembling these 4 stone obelisks that look like ceremonial, most likely probably for this ceremony. The statue, you notice, is this very handsome humanoid man. Looks like an elf. You're not sure if he's drow or not, but he's wearing this like beautiful suit, and he's looking over the town, his hands behind his back, and he's looking over the town approvingly. And on a plaque near the bottom, it says Dorian Viscardi, Mayor of Gazebrook. There are food shops here, but you notice there's no blacksmith, there's no armory, there's nothing of that sort. But yes, there's food shops. Namely, one of the signs catches your eye that reads "The Wicked Bat."
I'm going to approach the Wicked Bat.
Yeah.
What's the general smell around the entrance?
It smells like ale. Smells like a tavern.
Okay.
And as you look inside, though, you see it's pretty dead, as it is the morning. So there's, the town drunk and the bartender who's in there, but no one of particular note. What do you two do? I'm assuming at this time you two are still canvassing, are ones canvassing around the edges. So what does Jeht and Nathurra, what do you two do?
I'm going to enter the tavern. Are both the bartender and the town drunk? Are they both drow?
The town drunk is the bartender, though, is a halfling man who is standing on the bar, and he's like wiping it with his foot. That is like standing on a rag that he's wiping it with. Immediately you smell old ale. And as that happens, you hear, "Welcome in." This halfling man turns and he goes, "Oh, well, welcome. We don't get many visitors these days. Please, come over, take a seat." You immediately notice on the far wall is a beautiful painting of Dorian Viscardi. You now notice he's not a drow. He's just an elf with this like porcelain white skin. And he is looking almost like staring into your soul in this painting. Along the side, you see that a small little girl sits next to him with the same black hair as he does, done up in pigtails, and she stands staring and smiling as well.
Okay.
Please, welcome in. Please take a seat.
I'm just gonna sort of nod to the barkeep. I'm gonna sit immediately next to the drow drunkard. And I'm going to speak to him in Elvish. And I'll just ask, when was the last time you were at one of these ceremonies?
Just what?
Is he speaking Elvish back to me?
Yeah, he is, yeah.
Okay. When was the last time you were at one of these ceremonies?
I was 2 weeks ago. There's one today. You two are new here.
We seem to be getting that reaction a lot.
Well,
Is
it's
this
a small
uncommon?
town.
That's
It's a
fair.
small town. Welcome to Gazebrook. Sorry. Yes. Welcome to Gazebrook.
You said that already. I appreciate the welcome.
Please. I'm going to get myself cleaned up, but if please come to the ceremony. I have to. And he gets up and
I'm gonna grab him. I'm gonna just be like, hey, whoa, I think you might need a little help there. What? And I'm still speaking in Elvish. Does it appear as though anyone else in this room might be able to speak Elvish?
The halfling looks at you, and it doesn't seem like he notices. No. He just goes about minding his business, and as you grab him, he looks towards you. Yes, I would love some help home. Thank you.
Okay. I am going to guide him home.
Do you want a second set of hands? Would you like me to come with, or?
Please.
Yeah.
Actually,
please,
Nathurra,
I would love the help, please.
Yeah, actually, Nathurra, I think you've got it all on your own. You know where to find me. I think I'm gonna hang around here a little bit. I need a little pick me up for the morning, so.
Okay, sounds good. I will catch up with you later.
Of course.
And with that, you leave. We'll stay in the bar for right now. And as that happens, the halfling looks over to you. You take a seat. Well, what can I help you with, friend?
I don't know if you'll have it, but I'm just looking for a more pick-me-up. You've got a coffee, a big strong tea or anything like that? Or do you just do...
I can do something for you like that.
Yeah.
Yes, I am going to go back into the kitchen. Just one moment, please.
Of course. Take your time. I'll be here.
All right, I'll be a jiff. And with that, he goes back into the kitchen.
I'm gonna go look at the painting.
Yeah, as you go up to the painting, it is beautifully done. Like, must have been done by some crazy artist. What are you looking for specifically?
Kind of just perusing it, it's well made, but does it seem like illusory well made? Like it is extremely fabricated? There are no mistakes in anything?
I see. Make me an Arcana or an Investigation, whichever you think would apply.
They are the same roll. I think, yeah, they are the same roll. 14.
It is just beautifully made. You can't tell if it's not like, it doesn't seem like magic.
Mm-hmm.
But as that happens, he opens the door. I've got your tea. Please come over here.
All righty.
So what brings you to Gazebrook?
We're just passing through. We needed a little respite from the storm, and we came into your town. It's a beautifully done piece on the wall there. That's from what I've heard from a couple others, that seems to be your mayor.
Yes, absolutely. That's Mayor Dorian.
And his daughter?
Yeah, his daughter.
Okay.
Everyone has one. Or something like it.
Everybody has the same painting?
No, not the same, but similar pictures of Dorian and his daughter.
And his daughter. Might I ask, do you have one in your abode? Is it the same grand, large scale, like on your wall here, or just the smaller one?
Yes, absolutely. But I loves it, so I wouldn't want to be without it.
Okay. Do you mind if I take this tea to go? I gotta double check that my friend got the other one home, so.
Absolutely. Are you sure that you don't want to stay?
I believe I'm sure. I'll still be in town, so I'm not going. You'll see me again.
The ceremony is in 15
Absolutely.
minutes.
It is astounding how many people talk about this ceremony. It sounds wonderful.
Oh, it's the highlight every time it happens.
Every time it happens. Any differences, or is it same ceremony every single time? Any special things I should be looking out for?
No,
nothing at all.
It's just a ceremony. Sometimes it changes, but not by a lot. But you should get ready. It's quite soon, in a couple 15-ish minutes here.
Oh, how should I get ready? I thought I was just supposed to attend.
Oh, absolutely. Just show up in the town square.
Just
Smile on your face.
All right. Well, you'll see me there. Grand, peachy smile. And I'll slap. How much does this cost me?
Oh, nothing.
You sure?
On me.
Well, can be on the house, but for good service like this, I'll flip him a gold.
He takes it, and he looks at it. I have no need for this. Please keep it.
If you insist. My mother told me never to force a gift upon someone. So.
Where are you from?
Around. I think with that, I will be taking my leave, though. I'll see you at the ceremony.
But where are you from? Have you ever heard of Lancaster?
I don't believe so.
It's a small town. Fishing village.
Is that where you're from?
No. I'm from Gazebrook.
Always been from Gazebrook?
Always and forever been from Gazebrook.
You know, you keep peeking back at that painting.
I thought you said you were going.
You know, you're right. I'll head on my way.
And we will cut to the house. As you enter into the house, you see this drow man. He goes, "Oh, thank you so much. I mean, not very often that we see new faces. You see this very small hovel, small like living room area with this beautiful painting, very similar to the one that you saw in the bar over the mantle. Is there something that I could get you to eat? Anything?
No, actually, would you mind having a quick chat with me outside? I just could really use some fresh air. I would really like to get to know a little bit more about your town. It seems really lovely, and I would just like to talk a little bit more about it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Of course. Please come with me. And he leaves. Make me a perception check.
Oh. Not good. 6.
Great. As you make your way out, you make your way outside, and he stands he stands outside. What can I let you know?
Is the door closed?
The door is open.
I'm gonna close the door. I'm just gonna grab it and I'm just gonna close it.
Right. Don't want to let the draft in.
Yeah, of course not. And I am speaking again in Elvish. Does he still seem pretty drunk?
No.
Completely sobered up. But he must be at least a little bit drunk. I'm just gonna are you okay? You seemed very out of sorts before. Are you I'm just gonna look him directly in the eyes, drow to drow, speaking in Elvish. Are you okay? Do you need to leave?
As that happens, he looks at you. I don't know what you mean. Gazebrook is where I live. And it's where I'm going to live for the foreseeable future.
You want to live in Gazebrook?
I live in Gazebrook.
Has anyone ever left?
Could you do me a favor? My coat, I left it inside. Could you go grab it?
I'm gonna go inside.
As you go inside, pretty easy to find the closet. As you open it, you see the coat and you grab it. But something catches your eye. A piece of the floorboard is slightly peeking up.
I'm going to lift up further on the floorboard.
We're going to cut to our 2 people canvassing. There is just woods surrounding this area.
Damn it! I can't see anything. Phealdin, damn it! I can't see anything. I don't know. Are you seeing anything over there?
Are you yelling up to the sky right now, or did Akrius come down?
Well, I assumed that we met at.
We probably met back up. Yeah.
Cool. Great. Yes.
Nothing but trees and a statue in the town square.
Where does this guy live? This mayor?
At some point, Eamon, I feel like I did fly like high up to get a bird's eye view to see if I could find something on like my half of the town.
Yeah. Just woods. However, as you get high and you pass the cloud limit,
I don't think I would have gone that high.
You wouldn't have gone that high?
I would have gone above the clouds.
Okay, great. As you two are go ahead.
Sorry. Can I when we when we meet up again, I want to try something. Uh, I've done this a time or two before, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Uh, can you just step away and just be quiet for a moment?
Uh, I suppose.
Okay, just hold on a second. I'm gonna take a little bit of chalk out of a pouch and create a marking around me on the ground. And I'm going to sit in the middle, putting my hand on a full moon emblem that I have drawn. I want to use Detect Portal and see if there's any way that I can magically sense some sort of planar portal. And it'll tell me if there's one within 1 mile of me.
For Detect Portal, as that happens, make me an Arcana check with that.
Sorry. 13.
There is a portal. And it is about 5 miles back from where you came from. And we cut over to Nathurra pulling up the floorboard. And you see used leather armor that is covered and torn to just torn to tatters. And you see along the top of it a holy symbol. And as that happens, you all hear kum, kum, kum. People start pouring out of their houses. This is all taking place time-wise, right as you're about to leave, Jeht. And the bartender goes, "Right, so that's the ceremony. Come with me." And he grabs you and starts to take you. As that happens, the door swings open, Nathurra. I think it's time for us to make our way to the town square. Please follow me.
I'm going to try to avoiding carefully to shield using my body or whatever, so that if there is any sort of basically protecting from the sight of the paintings, I'm going to try to pocket a piece of the leather armor, the smallest piece, so
Yeah,
that
you
I
can
can
just
slip it.
cut it with your longsword. Yeah, you can easily do that.
Just casually slip it into my pocket, and then I'll grab his coat and hand it to him and just be like, "Yes, let's be on our way."
Thank you. As this happens, you watch as the 2 young children from before, Jesper and Akrius, come over to you. It's time for the ceremony.
We're coming.
Wonderful. Thank you.
As that happens, you all make your way to the town square, where pretty much everyone has gathered. And that's when you hear it. The sound of horse hooves carrying a wooden cart. And you watch as this large cart with red curtain windows makes its way into town from the opposite direction of where you guys are coming from past the town square. And it comes and saddles up. You see that it's opposite of this town's cheerful exterior. And sitting at the top of this cart is this old dwarven man with this hump in his back. He has this large, heavy crossbow strapped to his back, and he is just pale white. And this cart being pulled by 6 horses makes its way into town. You see on the cart are 4 coachmen, all dressed in white attire, and you see this cart has with the red curtain windows like swishes in the wind before it comes to a stop. And immediately, as you're in this crowd, all of them jump off and they move over to the obelisk, touching them, causing them to light with red runes, some of the color of which that you seem to remember. And as this happens, you watch as the runes spread out towards the statue and wrap around its body. Jeht and Akrius. Something very strange befalls you as you feel weak. And as that happens, the door swings open, revealing this beautiful man with dark black hair pulled into a ponytail, wearing the completely black suit. And as he steps out of the cart, everyone just starts clapping and applauding. He moves over to the statue. Thank you. And he gets over to the statue, the spitting image. This is Dorian Biscari. As that is happening, everyone is clapping, and everyone is just smiling. This horrifying, forced smile. As that happens, Dorian turns. Greetings, Gazebrook. How I have missed you, and how excited I am to welcome another into our humble township. Grimsby, please bring our guest. And that's when you hear groaning coming from the crowd. An elderly groaning. And you watch as 2 townspeople pull an old man with a wrapped up hand and a set of gray eyes towards the statue. You immediately recognize him. Do not be afraid, man. Our humble townsfolk were once like you. Then they saw the light, as you will too. And with that, he plunges his hand into this elderly man's chest. He lets out a horrific scream, and he rips out his heart, still beating heart, in his hand. Stares at it hungrily. Holds it out to the cart. And you watch as a young girl in a blood-red dress steps out and grabs it. Darling, deposit it with the others, please. And with that, her jaw distends, cracking and curdling down to the floor as she raises it and drops it in, swallowing it whole. You sense another portal, Jesper, and it is within this young child. As this happens, the runes light on the statue, and the elderly man stands back up. What happened? No. Please. And he looks towards Dorian. It will all make sense in time. You are a part of the family of Gazebrook, and you will be for the foreseeable future. And he starts to turn. You watch as you turn Nathurra, and you see through the smile this tear running down the man next to you's face. And as that happens, I want all of you to make a stealth check.
Question.
Yeah.
This feeling of like this weak feeling that came over me. Does it feel similar in any way? Does it inhibit my stealth check in any way?
Nope.
Can I? No. I just feel weak.
You feel very weak.
Gotcha.
As if something has been taken from you.
Okay.
We will start with Nathurra. Nathurra, what was that stealth check for me?
13.
13. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. And Akrius?
A 4.
Okay. Jesper
17.
and Jeht.
18.
None of you beat the DC.
Oh.
What?
As
Oh.
that happens, Dorian turns and then he turns to his daughter, who looks up.
Hungry.
And turns towards the crowd. Dorian smiles. Well, it seems that we have a few more guests, do we not? Please, reveal yourselves. And immediately the townsfolk start parting the Red Sea, leaving you four in the center. Well, well, well. It looks like the ceremony will continue for a little while longer. Grimsby sees them, and if everyone could roll initiative for me.
Whoa.
Okay, everyone, so this is your battle map. Everyone has rolled me initiative. Can we start with 15 or 20 to 15?
17.
No? Okay, cool. I was like, no one, really?
Sorry. Yeah, I was
that's
doing
okay.
math wrong. 17.
15 to 10.
10.
Wow, nice guys. Great. 10 to 5.
6.
Wow.
7.
All right.
Nice.
Great. Starting with Dorian, he is just for his turn. He looks at you and smiles. He turns to his daughter. I do not know if you want to stay for the rest of this. If I have any more of our quarries, please, I will bring them home to you. I believe that you have a taste for Phealdin, do you not? The little girl nods to him, hops back into and closes the door to the cart. That is his turn. And it is now these creatures' turns, these coachmen, who are going to move one of them towards Nathurra. The other starts making its way towards Akrius and Jesper. The other towards Jeht. And this one is going to stay put. As they all start sprinting with this inhuman speed, they start moving. One of them just whirls around. That one next to you, Nathurra, immediately looks at you and is going to, with its fangs, it is going to attack you. First with its claws. Does a 18 does not hit, correct? Okay. The next one is a 16, so neither hit. Describe to me how you block this creature's claws as it just swings at you.
The first attack, I'm just going to sort of dodge around. And then the second swipe, I'm going to sort of use my sword to just like sort of parry, like push it away from me.
So you go for the first one, dodge out of the way. The second one, she goes for the uppercut, and you just smack it down and parry out of the way with the pommel of your blade. That is now their turns. It is now Jeht, your turn.
All right. I think I'm going to. Yeah, Jeht is. Yeah, I'm going to. Actually, hang on. First, Jeht is going to. You're going to see all three, like anywhere that's white fur. So the forehead, the two hands, and the eyes are going to glow with a bright, white, vibrant energy.
Are you casting a spell?
I am.
As you go to cast that spell, you light up white, and then they fizzle. And you watch as the runes on the obelisk glow. Whatever spell you're about to cast and whatever spell slot, honor rolls, you lose that spell slot.
Deal.
As whatever happened, you now know this weakness is what you're feeling.
Alrighty. And then I guess after kind of having that sense sapped out of me and kind of dashing back to both my hands and looking at him, very like quickly and frantically with pupils wide, Jeht is just going to sprint in front of Akrius there.
Great. Yep, you try and cast a spell and you just run. It is now going to be Grimsby's turn, who is going to look at you and chuckle. Not so fast. And he is going to smile at you, take off this giant heavy crossbow, fire at you. You have taken a turn, so you are good. But you are going to first, we'll see if this hits. Does a nat 1 definitely does not hit. As that happens, his heavy crossbow jams. And he goes, ah, fuck. And that is going to be he is going to bonus he's actually going to move backwards over here. Great. That is his turn. It is now Akrius, your turn.
I was doing a bit of reading during that last turn. So Jeht tried to
cast a spell,
and he couldn't.
I'm going to say that make me a perception check. Not a high DC, because he's pretty close to you.
16.
Yep, you're just
7.
fine. You watch as he tries to cast a spell, and it fizzles. And then you watch the runes light up.
That's not good.
I think I try and cast Firebolt at one of the... we'll go with A, whatever this dude is.
This one right
same
here,
thing. Yeah, same thing.
Cool. Yeah, you try and cast Firebolt, and you raise your hand and extend it forward. Nothing happens.
Nothing happens. Okay, I think at that point then I reach for my crossbow, and
you did use your action for Firebolt, so you can attack.
Oh, that counts as an action?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. I get out my crossbow and aim it.
Cool.
At
Yeah,
A.
great. Yeah.
A little bit intimidating.
Do you want to aim it at the creature, or do you want to aim it at the obelisk? Up to you.
I probably didn't think to aim it at the obelisk, so
Great, yeah,
I'm
you
aiming
aim
it
it
at the creature.
Yeah, you aim it at the creature. It is now Nathurra, your turn.
I'm just gonna swing at the creature that is currently attacking me with my longsword.
Yeah, go for it. Make your 2 attacks.
Yeah. Okay, so the first one is a 12.
That misses as you swipe it, just dodges out of the way.
13.
Also misses. This time as you swing, it dodges out of the way with this inhuman speed yet again. It moves out of the way and looks at you. It smiles at you with this fanged, toothy grin. Is there anything else you'd like to do? You still have a bonus action.
I'm going to cast Divine Favor.
As you try and cast Divine Favor, the runes light up, and you lose that spell slot. Those obelisks are a problem. But that is your turn, and it is now Jesper, your turn.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. I am going to have my bow and just try to hit C just twice with my arrows.
Yeah. Are you using sharpshooter or no?
I am not going to use it on the first one.
Okay.
And then I will decide if this one hits whether or not I'll use it on the next one.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay. That's not great. 15.
15 just barely hits.
Oh, sick.
Okay.
Cool. Well, then I will use it on the next one, but I'm going to roll for damage on this one first.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. So it is 16 piercing damage on that one.
Yeah. As you hit the first arrow, it into the shoulder, it goes as it looks.
Yeah.
Go for that second hit.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit confident now. I'm going to use the Planar Warrior feature as well. And as a bonus action, choose one creature I see within 30 feet of me. That's within 30 feet of me, right?
Absolutely. It is pretty close.
And next time I hit that creature on this turn with a weapon attack, all damage dealt by the attack becomes force damage, and the creature takes an extra d8 of force damage. So I'm going to engage that sharpshooter. I'm feeling a little bit cocky now.
Dang. Okay.
As I knock the second arrow, that kind of gleam off my eye in gold catches some of these individuals' eyes. As I think this one's going to hit with a 22.
With sharpshooter?
Yeah, with sharpshooter.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Excuse me?
Sorry, bros. Because I have a plus 11 to hit now with my magic weapon.
Oh, goodness.
So it's going to be what is that? Oh shoot! I rolled pretty poorly though for it. 24 force damage.
Great, yeah. As you fire the first one into the shoulder, the second one, you draw this moonlight-based arrow. You aim it. It hits in the chest. Already does a good amount of damage. It staggers back. Then the second impact explodes across it. It lets out a horrific scream. This thing, within one turn of you fighting it, you watch as black ichor is pouring from it, effectively bloody. As you see it standing there, it turns to you. And that is your turn. Great.
Yeah, I just want to reach back into my quiver and just kind of count my arrows left.
Perfect. Okay, great. Top of the round, we are going back to Dorian, who looks towards all of you and chuckles to himself. It looks like you're having a bit of trouble. I wish I could help you, but this is just too fun to watch. That is his turn. And it is now going to be the I'll name drop them, the vampire spawn, that are going to go and attack you. This one moves over to Jeht. This C is going to swivel over to Nathurra, flanking them. This other one goes to Jeht. And yeah, okay. Nathurra, you are going to take 4 attacks from these 2. So 2 each. They're both going to make claw attacks from you. Natural 1. So that one misses and actually stumbles. So it's not going to get its next attack. And this other one, the one that is heavily injured, you watch as its wounds begin to slightly close, as it seems to heal after taking those hits. Not by a lot, but the wounds are definitely starting to sew themselves back together. It is also going to make 2 attacks against you. That first one is going to be a 14, doesn't hit. Next one after that is going to be a 16, also doesn't hit. I want you to describe to me how you, Miss Juggernaut, are able to just like dodge or block 4 attacks from these creatures.
So the first one I'm going to again parry with my sword, making it sort of stumble. Then the second one I'm going to sort of jump above the first claw attack, and then as I come down it attempts to claw me again, and then I just slide underneath it. So I'm just surprisingly quick and agile for someone wearing heavy armor.
Yes, exactly. It stumbles, it goes, and this other one goes, just missing twice. Absolutely embarrassing. Jeht, you are also going to get 4 attacks on you. All right, first one is going to be another natural 1.
Keep rolling
they
those.
need to
Let's
roll
go.
Yeah.
That one is going to lose its other attack, as it we'll figure out how you make it nat 1. This next one is going to be a 18.
Hang on, let me see something. No, that's when I do it. I am actually no, I had to do that before knowing the outcome. Never mind. Yeah, that hits.
Cool. They aren't going to do any damage to you as you watch as the first one stumbles. This one goes to claw and wraps you in a chokehold, grappling you. It is then going to attempt to bite you. With another 18. As this happens, its fangs distend. It goes as it bites onto your neck. You are going to take 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And then 10 points of necrotic as you feel your blood being sucked from you. Also, your hit points decrease by 10.
By 10.
Yeah, by 10. The max total decreases by 10.
Gotcha.
Explain to me, though, how you dodge the first 2 hits. Or, I guess, dodge the first hit and then, yeah.
Similarly, kind of, especially when, like, danger starts to arise and stuff like that, Jeht gets a very, like, bouncy kind of light on his feet and stuff like that, and he's always kind of in this quick bounce, sort of fiddling with his fingers and everything like that. So when the first one comes in, I think he is just gonna like immediately just almost like you're a spring and just bound above and then land on top of it and squish its head into the ground.
Love
and then after kind of looking at that, he kind of chuckles, got you again, and then gets wrapped by it and
gets grappled and bitten.
Mm-hmm.
As that happens, it is your turn. What are you doing?
I am double checking a feature really fast. So while Okay. I am going to. So it seems like the obelisks are what are inhibiting my
Yes.
ability to spellcast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, I really don't want to be grappled anymore, though. I'm going to try and break out of this grapple.
Great. Acrobatics or athletics?
Athletics, I think. Oh, they're the same. Nice. For a 22.
Yep, you break free of the grapple. You feel the
Nice.
fangs in your neck, and you rip yourself away, the fangs dragging against your skin as you do so. That is your action, but you have your bonus as well as your movement.
As a bonus action, you saw it once before earlier, but Jeht is going to again bound in the air, kind of like 10 feet above, using my rabbit hop feature, which allows me to jump 5 times my proficiency modifier, so 15 feet, not provoking attacks of opportunity.
Oh, I was just about to ask. Yeah, absolutely.
And he's going to jump over here, similar to where he was, and start. Yeah, and then using my movement, I'm going to head over and kind of split the difference here, looking towards Dorian, and eyes just darting between the monsters and Dorian.
Absolutely. Great. That is your turn. Great use of a turn. It is now Grimsby's turn, who looks at you, looks back at his crossbow, and he's going to try and fix it. He is going to use his whole turn trying to fix this. It is going to be a strength check, which he's not great at. Strength. Yeah, we'll make it a strength check as he has to pull the bolt out. And he fails. DC isn't high either, but he fails as he goes. And he can't do anything. That is his turn. It is now Akrius, your turn.
Okay. I look at my bow, and then I just kind of mutter to myself, "This is not good enough." I think I probably also recognize that Nathurra's attempt at a spell failed too, and the obelisks all lit up again. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull out of my Dungeoneer's pack a crowbar.
Okay, cool.
And then I'm gonna pull out the broom.
Oh my gosh, I forgot you had that broom. Yeah. Okay, I gave it to you. Go for it.
And I'm just gonna...
Good eye dodge.
I feel like I'm gonna kind of cruise past this first one.
How much is the flying speed for that broom? Do you know?
Ooh, let me look. Broom of flying. Flying speed becomes 30 feet while carrying over 200. 50 feet.
Wow. Go for it. Go for it.
So, is it one action to try and smack up this obelisk?
So you will get one attempt, yeah.
Okay, but I can use my movement to just kind of get over
there. Yeah, absolutely. And I will even say, yeah, that works. And you don't have attacks of opportunity either. So go for it. Yeah, as you fly over, you go to smack it. These things look old and extremely brittle. Go ahead and try and hit it. It's just gonna be a D20 roll. You're not proficient in a crowbar, so it's just gonna be a D20 plus your strength.
Plus strength. Ooh. 11?
So is that what you rolled?
I rolled a 10 plus 1.
So 11. That is enough to hit it. It is an immovable object. Roll me a D6 for me. D6 You are not proficient, so it's just a d6.
Proficiencies are insight and religion. Well, that just doesn't help. 4?
4 damage.
Yeah.
You go and swing, and it cracks up the side.
But it
You
doesn't,
watch
like-
as the runes fizzle out.
Cool.
It doesn't look like you have to destroy them. As you look over the runes, it looks like you just have to break the connection. You feel a bit of your power start to return. Not enough to cast a spell, but enough to know that this is working. You still have movement, I believe.
Huh?
You still have movement? Let's see. You started over here.
Oh yeah. No, I already checked. I can go all the way to this next one. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of mosey up over here. And I think along that stretch between the first and the second one, I kind of glance over at Dorian and just kind of like, what's he like right now?
He's smiling like an idiot.
He's still smiling?
Yes, he is.
That's terrifying.
That is terrifying. Okay. I was gonna try and say something snappy to him, but I'm just not gonna say anything.
I love it. Nathurra,
Okay.
you're
I'm
currently
going.
flanked. I also
Yes.
forgot to roll with advantage last time, but that is on me. So just so you know, for next time, we are playing with flanking rules. So
Okay. Lucky me.
yes,
So with my first attack, I'm going to attack the one that looks more wounded.
cool, great.
And I'm just attacking with my sword. And that is a 17.
Yep, that hits. Make your next attack as well.
Okay. I'm going to attack. How now that it's healed slightly, how weak does the one that's wounded look like?
It is stopped bleeding.
Okay. I'm going to attack it a second time.
Cool, great.
Ooh. That's not hit. That's a 9.
Yeah, that does not hit. So roll that first bit of damage.
Okay. 9.
Yeah, 9 points of damage. You slash across its chest, and a spray of black blood against the ground. It is now once again bleeding. You still have a bonus action, and as well as your movement if you'd like to use it.
So the runes are gone, but the obelisk is still.
There are 3 obelisks
There's
left
3
remaining.
obelisks. Okay. I will not do anything with my bonus action, I
Great.
suppose.
It is now your turn, Jesper.
I would like to just now I'm feeling extra confident. 1, 2, both knocked, pulling back, and I'm shooting at the one that is it D that's that seems uninjured that's attacking?
Yes, D is has not been hit once.
All right. Well, I'm going to shoot both at D, both with sharpshooter.
Wow. Okay.
And I'm going to use my bonus action, why not, to engage the planar warrior on the second one.
Love it.
So the first one is going to be a 17 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
All right. And the next one is going to be an 18 to hit.
Both hit. Roll that damage. It is about to be so fast.
All right.
How are you
Love
rolling
to
this
see it.
high and and making them sharpshooter? That's insane, dude.
Because I have
Gary's
a plus
cheating.
11 to hit.
Gary's cheating.
That's
I'm
disgusting.
made a tank. Sorry, guys. Okay, so that is 10 for the first one, which is piercing damage.
Okay.
And then the next one, a little bit nicer than that, is going to be 20. Sorry, they're both.
The first one
sharpshooters,
was
so 20
the
for
first one was
one.
20. Yeah.
20 piercing damage, and then this one is 25 piercing damage.
Jeez.
Oh, and then actually, never mind. Sorry,
3d8.
it's going to be 29 force damage.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
For the
my
second
God.
one.
As that happens, you fire the first one into the chest. It breaks off the arrow, throws it to the ground before it goes directly through their throat. It goes breaks it, and then the second impact happens where it gets blasted in the neck. It looks real bad as you do that to it.
Running out of arrows here.
It is
Save some for me, Jesper.
um,
The envy in my face when you get to have all the fun and I can't hurt anything right now.
it is now Dorian's turn, who is going to just smile, and he's going to sit on the ground next to the statue. It is now the vampire spawn's turn. Vampire spawn are going to make their move. These two converging, flanking on top of Jesper. As that happens, Jesper, you are going to take 4 attacks with advantage because they're flanking you.
Sounds good.
As this happens, they both go for the claws. First one to hit is going to be, wow, I rolled 2 very poor rolls. 12?
No.
Okay, next one to hit, nat 20.
Okay, that hits, yeah.
You're
That's gonna hurt.
lucky because it is going to use it to grapple you. As that happens, this next one is going to take 2 attacks against you with advantage. Natural 19. I'm assuming that's gonna hit.
Yeah.
Next one is going to be a 17.
17 does hit, yeah.
Okay, cool. Since you were already grappled, it can't grapple you and then try and bite. So at least you're in the clear there. It is going to attack you with its claws. As this first one grapples you, this next one is just going to start eviscerating you. You are going to take, wow, 13 plus 6, 19 or 18 point, no, 19 points of slashing damage as it just starts to rip into your flesh, blood pouring onto the snow. Nathurra, you are going to get 4 attacks as well. 4 attacks with this with advantage. First one is going to be a 21. It is going to grapple you. This next attack is going to be a bite. For a 16. It is still not gonna get you. So it grapples you. This next one is going to take its other 2 attacks for a 23 and then a 16. Wow, one of those hit. As it first one grapples you, but isn't able to quite make the mark. As you just keep blocking, you are going to take 5 points of piercing damage. I rolled double 1s. As it just starts trying to slash at you. That is their turn. We go to Jeht.
All right. After Akrius smacked that first obelisk, does it feel like entirely that that fatigue and tiredness has lifted?
No,
or
only a little
no?
bit of it. So
Only a little bit of
probably
it?
you can surmise probably not going to be able to use a spell.
Okay. Was it the one that's closest to us that
Yes,
Akrius hit, or the one
my
that-
apologies. I X'd out the
Okay.
wrong one. This one is broken.
I am, let's see what gives me, I'm also going to take out my light crossbow, just kind of like a little hand crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
Pull it out, and I'm going to try firing over at this one over over to the right of Grimsby.
This one.
Yeah, that one.
Perfect.
I'm gonna try and that one.
Go for it. Roll the hit as you fire out of your hand crossbow.
22.
That hits. Roll damage.
8. 8 points of damage.
As that happens, it pierces into it, and you watch as the runes fizzle out. More of that weakness is lifted.
Okay.
You actually feel as though if you could cast cantrips now.
Okay. In that case, when feeling that, I am going to quicken spell, so I can cast spend a sorcery point to quicken spell. Let's go with a sacred flame. On Nathurra, you seem like you're doing fine. On which one was the one that was damaged actually?
Both C and D.
Who's
again, I forgot to mention it, but their wounds start to close up as their turn rolls around.
And D is the one that seems most hurt. I'm just gonna fire. I'm just gonna sacred flame D.
Cool. It makes a dexterity saving throw.
Correct. Gotta beat a 16.
It rolled a 16, so it does dodge out of the way. Does no damage to it, but you watch as. Explain to me what happens here.
Feeling like slightly a bit of that power, just the crescent moon on Jeht's forehead is going to light up, and it's going to come kind of down, shift into both his hands, and he's just going to reach out forward in kind of like this little, that shape, and just push forward. And it's not going to look like anything's happening, and then right as it comes to it, be a bright white flame. But
as that happens, it sees this happening and dodges out of the way, but you see fear cross this creature's eyes as you do that. Great. That is your turn. It is now Grimsby's turn, who is going to use his whole turn once again to try and fix his crossbow. And he does it. As that happens, he throws it to the side, and he is going to action surge. And he is going to take aim at you, Jeht. And he is going to fire at you. You does it's a nat 20.
Can I use? I'm going to use one of my luck points to make him
re-roll it.
Make him re-roll it.
Yes. Tell me what that looks like.
Both Jeht and Grimsby are going to kind of start glowing with the white light that then shifts into that dark purple and the white purple, and then right after it happens, it just shoots, passes down their entire body into the ground. So they kind of flicker, and then
as that happens, he has critical aim. He fires, but something almost pushes his crossbow out of the way as it fires towards you. The first hit is going to be, he rolled a natural 19, but way better than that natural 20 would have been.
Yeah, I'll take it.
You're going to take 5 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Oh, my apologies. You're going to take 6. And I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. I'm actually not too bad at these. Not bad at these. This bunny's a little bit strong. 19?
Yeah, you are just fine.
Whew.
You are going to take, though, as this happens, you feel poison drip into your body. You are going to take 9 points of poison damage.
Whew.
Um,
Jet's getting winded.
As it sinks into you. He goes, finally. And he is going to reload. And that is going to be his turn. That is his turn, and it is going to now be Akrius, your turn.
Jeht, how are you looking? Like, are you?
Like Jet's starting to wobble. His eyes, you can see he's kind of blinking and sort of almost fading in now.
Okay.
It's not doing too hot.
Healing light. Because that.
Yeah, how many d6 do you want to burn?
I'm gonna go 3. 3d6.
3d6.
Well,
that is your bonus action. Tell me what it looks like as you call on this healing light.
Okay, so yeah, I guess on my trip over, I look over and see Grimsby. It was Grimsby, right?
Grimsby,
that's what it was from.
Yeah, fired the arrow.
Shoot Jeht. So I kind of like lean way back on my broom and like slow down right in front of the statue and turn around. The sash to my left with the book in it, I touch my hand to it, and a bright light starts glowing in my hand. And kind of like a large, like, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't want to get too creative.
Yeah, no, that's okay. This large light blesses Jeht for 12 points of healing. You still have your action.
Yeah, I turn around and whack that.
You can use cantrips again if you'd like.
Yeah. Okay, so my thought was to use Eldritch Blast, because then I can go for 2, but it's only against creatures.
No, I will let you use it against obelisks.
Oh, cool.
That's so smart.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to do that then.
Roll those d20. 2 of them.
Woohoo! +8, 27, and 23.
Wow. Okay, yeah, you hit. I won't even have you roll damage because the threshold is 2 and your agonizing blast is more than that. As that happens, explain to me what these Eldritch Blast looks like as you take out the remaining 2 obelisks.
Yes, okay, so this one, let's see, I touch the book again, and then my hands start to glow, and then I kind of raise them and go like a slash, and I feel like it's like a spinning kind of like vortex kind of shoots through both of the obelisks.
Yeah, as that happens, it absolutely shatters both of them to the ground. It fizzes, and you watch as the runes dissipate. And you feel that weakness stop coming over you. You are back to full strength.
Okay,
As
cool.
you see this, you see Dorian's smile falter slightly. But you still have movement, but other than that, that would be your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a little cheeky here. I'm gonna like try and fly over. I want to go. I guess I wouldn't need to go up to Grimsby. Yeah, I'm gonna fly back to the group at this point.
Yeah. I love it. Great. So you fly back over to the group.
Yeah, just here, I guess.
Cool. And it is now Nathurra's turn.
Actually, I'm gonna stand in front of Jeht.
Cool. Nathurra, what are you doing?
Okay. I am still fighting these vampires, I guess. So all the obelisks are now have not been destroyed.
You feel your abilities come back.
Okay. In that case, I am going to cast for my I guess. Sorry, I should have thought about this a little bit harder. But I will cast for my bonus action. Is it okay if I do that first?
Yeah.
Okay. Divine favor on myself.
I
so that
would make me I would like to offer something as DM, that these creatures seem to be scared of radiant damage, which is the exact type of damage that your divine smite does. So
Okay.
up to you.
So does divine favor.
Oh, I
divine
didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I can also do
Just swing and blow him up with a big old god smite.
Up to you. Up to you. Up to you. But
actually, this is what I'll do. I'm actually gonna cast Branding Smite.
Does that do fire damage or radiant damage?
It does radiant damage.
Okay.
It's similar to divine favor, but more damage.
Love it.
So yeah, basically the next time I do, well, maybe I don't want to use this actually. This is only one. Okay, I'm just gonna
Divine
do it.
Smite is probably gonna get you the most bang for your buck if you're trying to do damage. Because I believe on Divine Smite, you're also going to do an extra D8 because they're undead. But I could be wrong.
Okay.
I won't tell you what to do, but my advice that I offer.
I will do Divine Smite.
So
and that I use a bonus.
No, you can just call that.
Oh, I can just do it.
Yeah. Wait until you hit before you call it. So let's roll for the hits first.
Actually, okay. So I'm also going to cast Divine Favor as my bonus action, because then I'll just do like even more damage.
Cool. Yeah.
So
sure.
Divine Favor just adds 1d4 radiant damage to my.
That is still something.
Okay.
So let's see if you can hit them first.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be attacking the more wounded one, I guess, with both my attacks.
Cool. Great.
Okay. Ooh, I got a nat 20, and I should have attacked those.
No, go for it. So nat 20.
Okay, nat 20.
Before you roll your 16. Second attack, I'll let that 16 apply to the next one. Okay. What level are you going to Divine Smite this creature at? Whatever you choose, all of your dice is going to be doubled, just so you know. If you do it at, I don't know how many level spells you have. I believe you have 2. But if you do it at second level, you're going to do 4d8 radiant damage, which then transfers to 8d8 radiant damage.
I'll just do it at a first level.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Great. So that's 6. So roll me 2d8 plus your weapon modifier first. For my sake.
And this is for is this for the smiting?
No. This is for the regular weapon attack. So
this is just for the regular weapon attack. Okay.
Yes, 2d8 plus your modifier plus the radiant damage that you get from Divine Favor.
Oh, okay. Okay, that is 19. 4 of which is radiant damage, I think. Cool. I think only, yeah.
So you see, as you swipe across, that radiant damage does a little extra, so it's doubled. I now want you to roll your 6d8 radiant damage for your smite.
Okay.
Paladin crits are like incredible, so...
Wait, 6?
6 of them, yeah, because it's originally 3, but because you crit, it is now 6. And whatever damage you roll is also going to be doubled.
Just gathering up all the d8s that I've got here. Okay.
Let me tell you might have killed this thing without the crit. So
It's a little extra.
That's perfect.
Okay, 14, 16, 23. Okay, 30.
30 before it was doubled?
No, that's just oh wait, like I
60.
rolled.
So 60.
Oh.
So you almost did 3/4 of their health with just the smite. So I want you to tell me how you kill this thing.
Okay. I think I just I'm smiting it, right? So I guess I just put my hand over its so I hit it with my sword. So I knock it off balance and it's not able to claw me. And then I put my hand over its head and I just say I don't know, go back to hell, you demon scum.
Yes.
And then its eyes just light up and its brain just sort of blows up. And
I love it. I love it. I love it. You swing with the first strike. It scalds it. It looks terrified. You grab it by its face. And as you say, go back to hell, you demon scum, you watch as moonlight courses from your holy symbol on your armor up your elbow, up to your elbow, up your forearm to your fingers. The creature starts to shake and scream, and its brains explode from out of its back of its head as it turns to ash. You still have your next attack, so go ahead. That was just one. So go ahead.
Okay.
Attack against the
Do you
other.
want me to roll again? I did roll a 16 from before.
No, you can keep it. Are you going to smite on this attack?
Okay. Yeah, so I'm attacking the other one.
Mm-hmm.
So that, how does that work?
So if you want, you can choose to smite it. You will, if you do first level.
I'll save it. I'm gonna save.
Save it. Okay.
Okay. But I do get extra damage from extra.
That's okay. That's okay.
Extra radiant damage. So it did a 16 hit.
16 does hit. So roll damage.
Okay. That is 9 total.
9 total. So is that
9 total with 3 radiant damage.
Cool. As that happens, you slash across this creature. It looks terrified and starts to back away from you. Yeah, I mean, you deal some damage to it. It is bloody and black ichor sprays across the snow. That is going to be your turn. Over to Jesper. Jesper, you watch as Nathurra you see why Phealdin chose her, as she just explodes this vampire.
Oh fuck. And I'm gonna lift my hand and touch my arm, and then I am going to cast as a bonus action Misty Step.
Sick.
And just come on over to. Oh, it's not letting me move, but I want to move to the square directly to the right of Jeht, if you can.
Yeah.
Swing that for me. Thank you. And then I'm gonna, knock a couple arrows and go for it on.
Do the same
on
thing.
B. Yeah,
cool.
On B this time.
Cool.
Both of them sharpshooter.
Okay.
Second one bonus action.
You already used your bonus action to Misty Step.
Oh shoot, you're right. Okay. The first one is a 16 to hit.
That hits.
And the second one, might not hit. It's a 14.
Just barely misses.
Ah,
Roll that first
shoot.
one. You got your
Okay.
comeuppance as you
This is
fire
the
the first
worst.
one.
Okay, so it's going to be 15.
That's still a lot of damage. As that's a lot of damage.
Yeah,
As
15
you
piercing.
fire off your arrow and it slams into this creature, but it's ready for this next one as it definitely dodges out of the way and the arrow hits the wood as it shakes. You still have your movement if you wish.
I would love to use my movement.
Yeah.
And I would love to use it to go. Oh shoot. I don't think Dorian's done anything, and I'm not necessarily afraid of getting hit by Grimsby. So if I could move, you even like, I don't know why my thing won't let me move, but I want to move like essentially down and to the left, like in between these two bottom. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, as far as I'll go.
Great. As you make your way over, you make your way and move and run in between the two obelisks extremely fast. That is your turn, and it is all the way up to Dorian, who smiles, looking at all of this. He turns towards Grimsby, and as that happens, he hops into the cart. Let us get out of here. And as that happens, he hops into the cart. It is now the spawn's turn. The one that you just hit, you see heals a little bit. Just a tiny bit. Sealing up its wounds. It is going to make a run for seeing its master leave.
I'm sorry. I used sharpshooter on that one as well. And so it should have been 25
more.
damage.
25.
Yeah,
okay,
that's
great.
my bad. You don't have to add it if you don't.
No, that's totally fine. Both of them are going to try and kill who they assume to be the weakest link as of right now, sprinting over to Jeht, flanking him. Jeht, you are going to take 4 attacks with advantage.
Alrighty.
First one is going to be a 20. That is going to grapple you. Unless you want to, it's a dirty 20. So
I'm gonna bust another luck point.
Cool. Great. It will reroll for a 12.
Does not hit me.
Nice.
Nice.
Another one of that. It is going to attack again and roll a 24. That does hit. It is not going to grapple you. And it is going to attack you for 7 points of piercing damage as it just slashes across you.
Okay.
Then this next one is going to attack twice. 18.
I'm gonna shield as a reaction.
Okay. Sick. What's
Brings
your
my
AC now?
Oh no, never mind. That would still hit me. I forgot meets it beats it. So
yes, so that still hits. You don't need to use shield. That's fine.
Is it trying to grapple me?
It is gonna grapple you. Yep.
I'm gonna use my last luck point.
Okay, great. 12 again. And as that happens, it gets one more attack. And natural 20, which it is going to try and hit you with. It rolled a natural 20 and a natural 1. So as that happens, you're going to take
low roll.
14 points of piercing damage.
Just like that. It's almost like you picked the perfect number, and Jeht falls unconscious.
As that happens, you're blowing luck point after luck point. The power of Phealdin, essentially keeping you safe. It goes for that strike, and it doesn't even slash you, but with the palm of its hand, slaps you across the face, and you spin and fall into the snow, unconscious. That is their turn. it is now going to be Jeht. Your turn. Make me a death saving throw.
Come on, net 20. Bring it right now. 15.
One success. As that happens, your breathing stays steady. It is now Grimsby's turn, who is going to run over to the cart and go, "I'll see you sometime." Yeah! And he is going to slap the reins, and they are going to ride out of town.
So cool.
That is that. It is now going to be Akrius, your turn. You watch as Jeht falls to the ground.
Well, yeah, I'm just gonna see a classic Eldritch Blast on these two.
Yeah, go for it. Are you going to spread the love, or are you going to just try and hit one?
Oh, I'm spreading the love, yeah.
Love it, love it.
18 and 13.
13 misses, but 18 hits. So roll that d10 plus your charisma modifier for Agonizing Blast.
A d10 plus my... Wait, what was that?
A d10 plus your charisma.
Oh.
So plus 5.
Oh, plus... Yeah, okay. Oh, that's a 9.
Hey, as you blast into it, which one did you want to aim for specifically for that one that hit?
The weaker one.
Cool. Yeah, great. As you slam into...
Whoever looks more bloody.
Cool, great. As you slam into that creature, it lets out a yell as it looks towards you. Yeah, that one is pretty close on death's door. You still have your bonus action if you want to use that healing light.
Yes, I am. Now, if I use 2 d6s, will that get Jeht only to 1, or will that get him up to...
That will get him up to whatever you roll. So you have 3 d6s remaining. If you want to use 2 of those, you can bring Jeht back up. Or if you want to even use 1, you could.
Bit of an irritated deep sigh as I kneel down real quick and just like my hand to his chest and use my last 2 healing light rolls.
3, that's okay. That's 3 hit points. You are up. You have 1 more. You should have 1 more. It is equal to I
have 5 d6s.
I see. Okay, never mind them.
Yeah.
It is now Nathurra, your turn. Your friends are starting to get hurt. It is go time. What are you doing?
I'm going to try to I'm just gonna run away, I think, from this vampire that is on me right now.
You're gonna get an attack of opportunity. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. It does not hit.
Okay, cool.
Swings at you and you just move.
Jeht is still the most wounded.
Yes.
Correct. He only has like 3. Okay. So I'm going to use lay on hands.
Yeah,
and,
how much do you want to dump in there?
How much?
You have up to 25, so you could do all 25 if you want. You could do 18.
I guess I don't even know how much health. I'm gonna give you 15.
Yeah, that's just fine.
I will gladly take it.
As your wounds begin to seal, that is your action. You still have a bonus, but up to you.
Okay, I might wait, let me just check if I can do this as a bonus action. Well, actually, okay, so Dorian and Grimsby are definitely gone.
They're gone, yes.
Like, they're gone. Okay. No. I guess I'm not going to do anything with my bonus action right now.
Yeah, no worries. Great, you move. It is now Jesper, your turn.
Yeah. I'm going to go for 2 on B again.
Go for it.
Both sharpshooter.
Great.
It's a nat 1 for the first one, but that's okay because I got the second one coming up, which is a 21.
That hits.
Okay. And I'm gonna use that bonus action.
Force
for the-
damage. Yep.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Great. Another 25 force damage.
Yeah,
on that.
as it slams into it, it lets out another scream and hiss. It is now going to be that is the end of that turn. Dorian is gone. It is these spawns' turns, just leaving off where their master left. Them is going for Nathurra, the other for Jeht, this one for Jesper. First attack we're going to do on Jesper. 2 attacks. First one is a natural 9 plus 6, 15.
No.
Then 20.
Yes.
Okay. He is going to do 6 points of piercing damage. It is now the one on Nathurra. Nathurra, that doesn't hit, and neither does that. So you just dodge out of the way. This last one's going to go on Jeht. Jeht, 20. It's going to grapple you.
Okay.
And then 19, natural 19. It is gonna bite. How many hit points do you have?
18.
Okay. The necrotic damage, if it gets you to 0, you're dead.
I die. Yep.
It is not possible. So you should be okay. But that first one is going to be 9 points of damage.
Okay.
And this next one is 8 points of necrotic as it grabs you and then bites into you again, sucking your blood. You're going to take 8 more points of necrotic, bringing down your total. You are alive.
And my max HP
goes down by 8.
8 again as well.
It is now your turn, though.
Jeht just barely hanging on, breathing extremely heavy, head bobbing in the arms of this the vampire. It's gonna say, "Oh, this hasn't hurt this long in a while," and you're gonna see all 3 runes on his hands and his forehead glow, and I'm gonna cast Spirit Guardians and
super cool.
Target my teammates will not be affected by it. So 15-foot circle, and affected creature's speed is halved while in the area, and when it enters the area on its first time or starts its turn there, it must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, creature takes 3d8. So wisdom save for the 2
next to
vampires.
you, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Natural 18 and then a 10. So the weaker of the 2 is going to take that 10.
Okay, so 3d8. Where did my d8s go to? 3. For 17 points of damage.
That's radiant damage?
Yeah, 17 radiant.
As that happens, as it spins around you, these spirit guardians, it slams into this creature and it disappears into dust as you kill that one.
And we haven't hit A with
at
anything
all. You see A, though, is starting to realize that it might be up its match. It is starting to look for the exit.
I'm gonna use my last rabbit hop. This is actually really dangerous now, but I'm gonna use that bonus action, disengage, jump 15 feet.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna jump back. This puts me in range of hitting C with my spirit guardians, correct?
Yes, it does. That's
so
great.
He makes a save now.
Natural 2.
Do we just want to say he also takes the 17 from before, or
yes.
re-roll the dice?
Nope, that is okay. it also dies as it spins around, and you watch as these spirit guardians just do the work for you, slamming. It goes, and it disappears into ash. It is now Akrius, your turn. Last one standing.
Oh, and he's so excited he can finally do something.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, if Jeht was still there, I was imagining that I'd literally run up and just like completely tackle this thing, and then I was gonna try and use a spell close range. I think I'm still gonna do that. Can I do that?
Yeah, sure,
Okay.
sure.
Do I need to roll for the tackle or
Roll. Just tell me what spell you're gonna use.
I'm gonna use Guiding Bolt.
Yeah. That's at 3rd level. So, dang. Okay, go for it. Roll to hit.
Okay. I got a nat 1.
No.
Oh.
As that happens, you're close range, so you start running and you throw the guiding bolt. It just disappears into the distance. Make me an intimidate roll though.
8.
The creature just looks at you, a little confused if it was a warning shot or if you missed. So, great. That is now its turn, and it is going to action disengage and just run off into the distance. I'm gonna say, Jeht, if you want to try and hit it, you can, and Akrius and Jesper. Nathurra, there's no way that you're going to be able to hit it as far as it's getting from you. So we'll start with Jeht. Jeht, do you want to try and hit it as it's running away?
Oh, with my crossbow?
No, this would be like your turn, I guess.
Oh, if that's the case, I'm gonna try and sprint after it and get the spirit guardians in it. You're not
Okay.
going anywhere.
So it's gonna run 5, 10, 15,
No, after
15
that,
20,
beating.
25, 30. Are you able to get there? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, it
With,
would just be in your radius of 15.
Woo!
Okay. Natural 4. So it does take the damage. As this is happening, Akrius, I will give you another go. Go for it if you'd like to use that guiding bolt again.
I sure do.
Okay, go for it. Roll the hit.
6 damage. I rolled 3 2s.
Hey, that's still something.
I got an 18 this time.
18 hits. Roll that damage.
So that's going to be 66.
Jeez. That will give Jesper advantage on his next hit.
I can't quicken spell anything else. Can
You can if you want.
I?
30.
Which is doubled because it's radiant. So how do you? I will say this is a joint effort between Akrius and Jeht. How do you want to kill this vampire?
Shoot.
I think as it sprints away, for me, I'm like, I think I just hop on my broom, and like I'm just flying above Jeht right now, and I just like a Poseidon Zeus lightning bolt smite, just like rain down like,
on it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. And just as Jeht's running behind it, you can see the vampire like slow down. And you can feel like his movement being restricted by these like almost like very purpley dark interior, but they're just shaped as humans, and like a stark white outline. And they're just grabbing at its ankles and pulling it and holding it back.
As it's grabbing, it's trying to get away. It looks terrified. It's going, trying to push it off from above. On a broom, you grab this holy divine energy. You think to yourself about that air ball that you just threw, and you fire this guiding bolt down at it. It hits it, and you watch as it slow burns through it. layer after layer of skin. It's trying to run away. It falls to its knees, and you see from the feet to the head, it slowly turns to ash as it tries to crawl away. As you sit here, you all watch as the illusion around the town begins to fade, and it becomes dilapidated, and the paint begins to chip. You see the dead bird from earlier, blood sprayed across the ground. And you see far off into the distance, against the mountain, this Gothic mansion with all of the windows lit. As you turn, you see the townspeople of Gazebrook. They are gaunt and look thousands of years old, yet partially see-through as you stare at them. And as you stare at them into their dark expressions and look back towards the mansion, you watch as the clouds begin to part, revealing the moon. And that is where we will end this week's sessions for Rock and Roll Phealdin's Chosen. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Good job. All right.